Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
At this point, what do we say about Caitlin Clark that has not been said? She played basketball for the first time in what feels like, I don't know, 5,212 days, but I believe it was mid-July last season. Of course, we know she played pretty much every game of the 13 games she played last season. She played hurt. She wasn't her. She had a few moments here and there. New York Liberty game comes to mind. Opening night comes to mind, I guess, the triple double as well. So she wasn't, she had some good games, but she was not herself. And for me, that was maybe was one of the biggest takeaways in what I was looking forward to seeing in her debut with USA Basketball. It was not going to be a competitive game. Senegal, I think, what was the final? 110. Oh, it's right here. Of course, 110-46. So, we weren't going to learn a lot in that regard, but it was going to be, is Caitlin Clark going to look like Caitlin Clark? And of course, we also, normal people, expected her to be rusty. I'll get to that in a moment as well. But here's my three biggest takeaways. My three biggest takeaways from this game. Caitlin Clark is the future of the sport. Caitlin Clark is the future of the sport. And Caitlin Clark is the future of the sport. And what I mean, I was talking to some people about this. This is women's basketball is not there yet. Caitlin Clark is different. And I mean, no disrespect to what I saw. It's just, I think this game was a great example that you're going to see the USA team do a lot of good things. Because again, the competition wasn't there. You're talking about some of the best players in the world playing together. They were going to do some good things. However, that being said, and let me know in the comments if you notice this. I noticed this in talking to a few different people at BDP as one. It's just the game, and I think this plays into Indiana as well with the fever. And this is why I talk about, for me, what really separates Caitlin Clark. It's a different game with her on the court. Okay. And it's not even about her being the best player, or I think she made the statement that she is the best player for the US. And I know people will say, oh, well, there's some players missing and this and that. But again, look at her performance. She hasn't played competitive basketball since July. Didn't play much in the way of competitive basketball since September of 2024. But what you saw when Caitlin Clark was on the court, you were interested, you were paying attention, you were watching, you were entertained. My guess is, if you're like me and a lot of basketball fans, your interest waned. Your attention span got the better of you when Caitlin Clark was not on the court. And it goes to the other players as well. And this is Caitlin Clark has that thing that so few players have, even great players, and that is completely elevating the play of the players around you, making the players around you better, not just better because you're on the court in terms of, obviously the more talented team is going to be better, but she makes them more watchable as well. It's absolutely wild. Everyone else is more fun to watch. And I think, we saw that with Indiana, with the Fever, especially in 2024, when Christy Sides is like, yo, here's the keys. I get it. We had the Olympic break. Y'all rested up. Here, Caitlin, here are the keys. Go do your thing. And you saw all these other players that when they've gone elsewhere, I don't even know, who's playing from the 2024 team that isn't here, right? Like, are you tuning in to watch Erica Wheeler? Is that entertaining? Are you tuning in to watch Katie Lou? Are you tuning in to watch Alyssa Smith? No, the answer is no. And it's wild because the Haitlins were absolutely salivating for this game, right? Again, Caitlin hadn't played competitive ball since July. Everyone expected rust. That is normal for normal players. That is normal for, mere mortals. And of course, they were going to use her being rusty and not having a great performance to attack her. Oh, she's not that good. She's overrated. Paige Beckers is better. Blah, blah, woof, woof. Only problem is, Caitlin Clark went insane. Do you understand this stat? 17 points, 12 assists in only 19 minutes. Oh, and she only took 5 shots to get those 17 points. 4 of 5 from the field, 5 of 5 from the line. All threes, by the way, 4 or 5 from 3. But what really hurt in a good way, right, if you know what I'm talking about, was seeing some of the passes she made that Stephanie White is going to yank her out of a game for an Indy. The exact pass, and I've talked about this in other videos, that Stephanie White does not want to see Caitlin Clark make. Now, one of the things I was going to say, the reason I'm not really showing anything from this game is because FIFA, World Soccer Organization, FIBA, which is this World Basketball Organization, Olympics, they are some of the absolute worst when it comes to sharing any clips with you. Even if I'm sharing, I tried to share for the Olympics, I tried to share like 5 seconds of a celebration after a score in rugby, and the Olympics blocked it. Copyright claims, like, no, you can't do this. I mean, even when you're trying to break something down, which is fair use, you're supposed to do, but YouTube always sides with the big players. But so let me see if I can find the right one. Shoot, where is it? Bear with me for a second here for me to find. Is this it? Let me see. Hold on. I got to find this. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm going to try, and I apologize if you don't see this. It means I wasn't able to use it, but let's see. Okay, we're going to share this instead. We're going to go full. This right here, man. Okay, this is the formula. Caitlin gets the rebound. Girls know to run. Look where she's picking this up, right? Head up, head up. She is still inside the 3-point line defensively, right? Boom. Now she takes a step out of it, obviously, because she gathered herself, flings the ball. Look at the defense, right? This is NFL quarterback stuff, folks. Boom. In stride, in the hands. And I believe, right, we got the I don't even, damn, I just blank. I forget if we got the foul out of this or just possession. But I mean, this is insane. I'm gonna try and show it one more time. Again, gather herself, head up all the time, by the way, right? Gets the rebound, her head's up. She's looking. Shout out to the coach, by the way, for giving the keys to Caitlin in this game the way Christy Sides did and just said, go do your thing instead of trying to force her into being something that she's not, so you can diminish her and make her look like the rest of the guards in the WNBA, Stephanie White. Look at that. Boom. I mean, there's just no way the team can get back. I mean, you think, okay, well, we're back enough, right? We're not going to make this pass. Perfect. Perfect. The only thing I would have said to that from the receiving end is if you could have gathered yourself, right? Gather yourself, stop actually, and let the player go by and then go up with it. But that is just an absolutely insane pass. And that's the type of stuff Stephanie White takes Caitlin Clark out of games for. Another observation, which I found very interesting, and this will go into Fever, who are you drafting, or not drafting, or signing, I guess, for free agency if we have a season. Caitlin's teammates in this game set strong picks for her, strong picks that the Indiana Fever do not set. We need to see those type of things. And I think, again, correct me if I'm wrong, and I have it. I don't want to risk showing like too much stuff. Sorry about that. It's just otherwise you won't see this video at all. I think it was Billings, correct me if I'm wrong, on Caitlin's first 3 of the game. Actually took out 2 players, stayed there, kind of moved them out of the way, gave Caitlin Clark some space to fire up that 3, which was fun to see. And I think it was Lawson, right? The coach said about yeah, for this group, it's their first time playing together, but they've played together in different ways in the WNBA or in USA or Unrivaled. There's some synergy there, which I thought I kind of get the point, but I've always said this is, okay, look, obviously when you play together, you're going to get better, but great players, I'm talking about great players with high basketball IQ, that sort of thing, like Caitlin Clark, you're going to fit right in. Caitlin Clark, because I know some people made a big deal about this. I saw before that Caitlin Clark is the only player on the roster not playing in Unrivaled. I don't know about you, but to me, it didn't look like that hurt her in terms of connecting with other players. She connected with everybody. Well, there was Billings, Kiki, Ryan Howard had a monster game. Sign Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard will be a great guard opposite Caitlin Clark. apology. I don't mean that's no disrespect to Kelsey Mitchell. I just have the vibe that I don't know if the Fever are going to be able to sign everyone, and Kelsey Mitchell might be one of those casualties depending on how the salary cap works out. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And if that's the case, you've got to replace it, right? I mean, Kelsey Mitchell is not an easy replacement. So Ryan Howard, Sabrina Ionescu, those are the type of players that you need to sign if you're going to replace a Kelsey Mitchell. Anyway, but like I said earlier, I wanted to shout out Coach Lawson, who seemed to let Caitlin Clark, kind of like Christy Size post Olympics in 24, like, hey, Caitlin, go be Caitlin. Let her run, take advantage of what she brings to the game, take advantage of what other players can do. I saw players who want to excel, who are going to put aside the whole, petty jealousy stuff with Caitlin Clark. They get it. They see Caitlin Clark get a rebound. They are getting out into open space and they are running. This is the future of the game. I was having conversations with people about this. I said, we need more guard play. We need more athleticism. And some bigs are like that, okay? Don't make no mistake. There are bigs who can do it too. And I think as far as center go, AB is one of those. Make the game exciting. Get away from this whole big bodies, big slow bodies banging into each other, bodies that can't jump, and start getting these more athletic, even 5'8", 5'10", 6'1", 6'2", get these guards that can get out there and run. Your Caitlin Clarks, your Paige Beckers, your Sonia Citrons. These are the future. These are the future of the game if you want viewership to keep going up. Anyway, this was a lot of fun to watch Caitlin Clark. Really enjoyed it. It was great to see her out there playing again today. But let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments below. Appreciate you checking this out. I know a ton of videos went out right after the game last night, so I don't know if anyone was actually interested in seeing this at this point. But if you are, I appreciate you being here. Smash the like button, subscribe. Really do appreciate it. I will talk to you later.